Hello.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Eddie and I've been here since first grade and I'm fifth grade now. So
Excellent.
I've been here for 5 years.
Excellent, Eddie. Eddie, I want to ask you a few questions about Twinkle and your experience here at Twinkle.
Yes.
I'm going to start with something pretty simple. Would you recommend first graders to come to Twinkle?
Yes, I would. So the reason is it's a really good approach to English and it teaches English no way that the other academies teach. So other academies, they do it in the orthodox way, the traditional way. So they make them read books, do homework, and then make them speak. And I think that is not good because I've learned it one time and it's not good. And what Twinkle does is make them do other stuff in English, like do history, reading, kind of literature, speaking contests in English. So it improves their English naturally, and it makes also fun, not like the other academies, because it is all fun projects like fun writing, fun speaking, and other fun contests. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good, sir. Very good answer. I want you to think back. What's a memory that you remember? Like maybe something your teacher said, a writing assignment, a reading assignment, something that you remember that you're like, oh, you know what? I really enjoyed that.
Like, I really don't remember a lot of first grade, but like when I was in third grade, I remember like about, what was it, The Indian and the Cupboard, and that was, I think, a really fun book. And I've seen a lot of other books, and I've done that writing really fun, like the creative writing about The Indian and the Cupboard. I really don't remember that, but I remember it was fun.
Okay, good. What about some extra activities? Do you remember anything else?
Yeah, I remember Twinkle Halloween the most. It was a really cool party that the teachers handed a really lot of candies and a lot of games, and that was really fun. Unlike other academies which don't even have a Halloween, and like other things we did in about a month ago is a chess contest. Yeah, even though I've never done it. It's a contest where you do chess in the Twinkle website, which is a really cool website. The students can change it. I mean, help each other and more get ideas and submit videos and really cool stuff. And it's a really fun contest where you can do chess with your classmates and you can meet others on the website.
Great. Speaking of the website, why don't you tell me a little bit more about why you like the website?
So the reason I like the website is because it's a website only made for Twinkle people. Unlike YouTube, Google, or other websites, it is only for Twinkle and it doesn't have any bad contents like, stuff I can't stop. Yeah. And it's also good because the teachers come in and talk about cool and very educational subjects like how did the space start, and it's a place where we can talk about that and we can share ideas and we can do fun in the website. Yes.
Good.
Unlike other websites.
Excellent. Now, Eddie, I know you also learn science and other non-fiction stuff at other academies.
Yeah.
Does learning at Twinkle help that in any way, or is there any combination of things that help?
Yeah. So like Twinkle teaches stuff in English, so the other stuff I learned in other academies, we change it to English, and when we see that same stuff in English, I can understand it much more well, and it's also more well understanding and more easy and more fun than the academy, so it makes me remember and improvise my skills.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Okay. So now let me ask you some of the more basic questions.
Yes.
You mentioned the Indian in the cupboard already.
Yeah.
So then let's not talk about, and you talked about writing ideas. Let's talk a little bit about our class, about our nonfiction class. But before we get too specific, you've been here for a while and you've had many different teachers. Is there any similarities in the Twinkle teachers, in the Twinkle teaching style?
There is actually a lot because The Twinkle teachers, unlike other teachers, are really fun and cool and not that do this, do that, fast. Not that style, but just you can do this or this and you can choose and it will be fun. Like this is a good teacher style. And it's almost the same for every teacher. Michelle teacher, Charmaine teacher, Miguel teacher, Andrew, Brian, and many of the teachers I've got through. And also it has a lot of experiments and a lot of reading, writing, cool and fun stuff, unlike other academies which only teach like this, right in the blackboard, and that's all. You remember it. I'll put it in a test. Not that, but let's do an experiment about this, or let's write a little about this, and also the test is really fun.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, I'm going to ask you 3 more questions, and then we're going to move on. And then, so, do you think learning to write is important?
Yes, of course. I still learning to write is important, even if you don't try to go to university, because when you try to go to university in America or Korea, we write essays, and that essay is the basics of writing, and that is teach a lot in Twinkle, and that helps our school grades and our future.
Excellent. So speaking to the point which you said that it helped your school grades,
Yeah.
have you ever experienced that learning to write or anything that you've learned in Twinkle has actually helped you at your school?
Yes, of course. Like in our school's Korean class, there is a thing that we write our ideas or write debate scenes or write stories, and by Twinkle it makes this really fun and also easy like that, and because of that I've improved my grade so much, and I've seen it in my school reports, and that is I think is a blessing that I came to Twinkle.
Beautiful. So tell me a little bit more specifically, how did something that you learned at Twinkle help you at school? Maybe a story or an example?
So like writing stories or essays, I'll talk about essays here. Like we learned first 4 paragraph and 5 paragraph, and even Twinkle makes us write, even in book reports, an essay or a story, so it makes us improvise our writing. And also this is different because other academies say write an essay, but this is not just write an essay, it's write an essay fun stuff. And about fun stuff, and there's also many really cool topics, and it's really fun to write an essay, even it's an essay and it's not supposed to be not fun.
Great.
And because of this, our school makes us write Korean essays too, and because of that, we learn to write essays in English. I can write essays in Korean much better.
That's what I was going to ask again. I was like, wait a minute, doesn't Twinkle teach you how to write essays in English? How does that help you in Korean class?
So, yeah, I forgot. And the essay is almost the same by English and Korean, and like you can just translate in Papago and the English essay becomes a Korean essay, and that's much like learning the same stuff, and it teaches us a lot about like essay paragraphs, sentences, hooks, thesis, and a lot more stuff that is really useful to a really good essay, and that helped us a lot.
Excellent. My last thing would be, what was one of your favorite things that you learned in your nonfiction class?
Yes, I think it was the history of the Young People's History of the United States by Harpton, and it's about the people who lost in history's view of history. So like, let's talk about Columbus and the Indians. When Columbus went to the Americas, it actually isn't, it's the Bahamas. And when Columbus went to the Bahamas, he came and saw gold in the Indians' necks, and he saw like, there is gold and we should steal it. And he stole it all from Indians and made them get more. Even the gold was got into the American mainland by trading. And in Las Casas' diary, it said that Columbus made Indians get a lot of gold in one day, and if they didn't, he caught a wrist, and the next day, if he didn't also do it, he caught a arm, and next day, he caught a head. Well, that's almost inhumane. It's inhumane, not almost, yeah. And everybody, even in school and universities, it calls Columbus a great founder of America, and like other really stuff that makes Columbus a hero. Even he just found America and said it was India and did really bad stuff in it. Yeah. So Howard Zinn, Young People's History of the United States, tells us the real history and the losers, not the bad losers, Indians, the poor workers, and the low classes view of American history.
Excellent. We're going to finish with one last thing.
Yeah.
If you can use 3 to 5 words to describe your experience at Twinkle, what would those words be? They don't have to connect, they just 3 words.
First is absolutely cool, and second, fun, third, educational, and the fourth is, social, and the fifth is also cool.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you.